Good evening, baseball fans. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. We got the Mets and the Brewers. Game 3, it is underway. Let's get this rolling, everybody. Let's get this rolling. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am good to go. Thank you for joining us, everyone. We are going to be watching Game 3 between the Brewers and the Mets here. I'm going to be honest with all of you. I thought this game was at 8:30. I don't know when they moved it to 7 o'clock. I don't know what happened, but that threw me off today. I don't know what the heck happened here. When did they say it was 7 o'clock? I thought it was 8:30. But here we go. But we got Tobias Myers on the mound here. Let's get everything set. Everyone, while I'm getting everything fully set here, if you can, just hit that like button. And if you are new, think about hitting that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification. Share the show if you can. And here we go. Alrighty. So remember, I was kind of looking into YouTube TV and whatnot. I don't know. I decided not to go with our YouTube TV. There was Hulu Live or whatever it was. I'm going to look into more of that probably in the next 24 hours or so. I'm still going to be on the Spectrum app. And as you have all known, when it comes to the watch-alongs, I tend to be a bit behind when it comes to the feed that comes in on my end. I tend to be a bit behind, but I will be reacting to everything that pops up on my TV. But here we go, everyone. Game 3. What are we gonna see? Are we gonna see LOL Mets or are we gonna see LOL Brewers? It's gonna be a fun one here. Gonna be a fun one. But we got Tobias Myers on the mound here tonight, and going for the Mets, got Jose Quintana. I'm going to be honest. Quintana was pitching pretty well down the stretch. But Tobias Myers, he's been a solid guy all year for Milwaukee, and he paints the outside corner. What a beautiful fastball on the outside corner there, striking out Mark Vientos. Man, oh man. That was a beautiful pitch. Wow. Great location, great framing there. That is fantastic. It looked a smidge outside, but that's where the framing comes into play. When you have a good catcher, it can make all the difference. But everyone, thank you for joining us here. Thank you for joining us. We've had a great time here over the last few nights doing the watch-alongs. We've been having a great time ever since the postseason started. Just want to thank all of you that have been coming out here for the last couple of days. We've been very busy with the Wild Card Games streams. We've been doing separate streams, basically, where the last couple of days we did about 3 to 3.5 hours to cover the first 2 games, and then we took a little break, and then we came back for the nightcap or the late afternoon nightcap. And so, yeah, it's been very busy. So it'd be nice to just focus on one game here tonight, one game. Tobias Myers, he's looking sharp to me so far. Everything's looking pretty nice. Now, Lindor, Francisco Lindor, right? Obviously, that guy's pretty good if you ask me. He got the double to start things off, but Vientos, things are looking pretty good. Fastball is good life on it. Oh, Ump is giving some calls here. The strike zone's looking a little wider here tonight. He got that call a little earlier on the strikeout, a smidge on the outside. I was okay with that call, but that one was a little low. That fastball is looking really good here tonight. He's not blowing, guys away with 100 miles an hour, 94, but it's got some good ride on it, some good life. I've been a big fan of Tobias Myers this year. Here we go, Brewers fans on their feet. Tobias Myers, full count here, 1 out. Big strikeout, 95 to Brandon Nimmo. You gotta love that. Milwaukee, despite the Lindor double, they're looking pretty good so far here to start things off. The one thing I like to pay attention to when it comes to, the start of the game, I like to see what is the stuff looking like coming out of his hand. Is he hitting his spots, right? Is he throwing strikes? That's the big thing I'm looking for. And Myers, hey, he's looking all right. But I hope everyone's doing good here tonight. I hope everyone had a great day today. Kai 13, are you on a different app, not delayed today? Nope, we're going to be sticking with the Spectrum app today. I got to look into, oh, there's a fly ball to center. Alonso is going to be out here for the third out in the first, and here comes the Brew Crew coming up for the bottom of the first. But no, I'm going to be on the Spectrum app, unfortunately, again today. I'm going to be looking into some other choices, because I got to hope that, here's the thing. This is why we're on a commercial break right now, everyone. But for me, where I live, the apartment complex that I live in, I have a cable and internet package with the apartment complex. So that kind of makes it a little tricky. We get a good deal on our cable and internet. So I gotta, I pay a pretty cheap price, because the apartment complex where I live, they got, a partnership with Spectrum. And so I'm paying a rather good price for cable and internet. But I'm going to look into seeing just what the internet will be. I'm sure I might be able to just have, internet. I won't have to have cable through Spectrum. And then I'll do something maybe like, maybe Hulu. Didn't YouTube TV, they don't have MLB Network anymore, do they? Can anyone let me know about that in the chat? I don't think MLB Network is with YouTube TV anymore. I think I remember that being a thing where they cut ties. Because I have MLB Network on the Spectrum app. So I would hate to lose that. But yeah. But here we go, everyone. Bottom of the first here. Milwaukee is coming up here. We got Churio to lead things off. We got Perkins. We got Contreras. Churio with a big game yesterday. Man, oh man, he came alive yesterday. He was one of the heroes of the game yesterday. And obviously Garrett Mitchell with the big home run to give the Milwaukee Brewers the eventual win. Tony, how you doing, my friend? Robbie, have a good stream. Neither of our teams are in the dance this year. It'll take some time to get over the 2024 Mariners. Such a tragedy. Tony, I'm right there with you, man. What a frustrating team. If only they had just made that switch a little earlier, man. Like a week earlier, I wonder if that Mariners team would have ended up making it. I don't know, man. I don't know. But here we go. Jose Quintana on the bump for the Mets here. He has pitched pretty well down the stretch for the Mets. And actually, if we go pull up here, some Jose Quintana. And, he was a little bumpy in the first half. But he was putting together some solid starts there. And then Shamanaya yesterday, he's been looking great for pretty much all year. He's going to get himself a nice contract in the offseason. But Quintana, if you go take a look here at his September numbers, I mean, he was pitching great. Hey, he started off in August 31st, White Sox 1 earned there. Then he had Cincinnati 6 2/3. So, there's a base hit right up the middle. Churio keeps it going here. And Churio's having a great series here so far. But Quintana had a great start against Cincinnati. Philly, he pitched very well. 3 hits, 7 shutout innings. Nationals, 7 shutout innings. And, funny enough, he actually just pitched against Milwaukee in his last start. 4 1/3, 2 earned runs. So it'll be interesting to see how Milwaukee sees Quintana tonight after just seeing him literally 5 days ago. Now, as for Tobias Myers, I mean, he has been great this year. Very underrated season for Myers this year. ERA at a 3.00, the FIP at a 3.91, 25 starts overall this year. And taking a look at the recent action with Tobias Myers, I mean, he's been pitching pretty well for the most part. Not pitching very deep into games, so I wonder what that leash is going to be looking like here. However, the last time he went up against the Mets, I mean, him and Quintana went up against each other last time out. It was 4 innings, 1 hit, 5 Ks. So let's see. I mean, this is going to be an interesting matchup here tonight. Let me know your predictions here for this game tonight. Who is going to win this one tonight? Do you got the Mets or do you got the Brewers here tonight? Let me know here in the chat. Let me know. JJ Game Player, yes. Robbie, MLB Network was pulled from YouTube TV. Oh, what a disaster. How can you do that? Goodness gracious. Well, YouTube TV is probably not going to be an option. I mean, maybe I can just do YouTube TV for the month and then go back to the Spectrum app. Oh, he rips it down the left field line. That is just foul. Perkins this year, not a name you've heard very much. But not a terrible year. I mean, not a great year either. You know, hitting 240, 316 on the on base, 332 on the slugging. But a guy that has provided some speed. 23 stolen bases, a 2.4 base running on the year. And if we were actually take a look at the second half numbers with him, not really much better in the second half. So swing and a miss. Blake Perkins takes a seat. Quintana, very nice changeup right there. That changeup had some nice tumble on it, man. So far, we got 4 votes. We got Caden with the Brewers, JJ with the Brewers, BMW with the Brewers, Buki Basher with the Brewers. I am leading Brewers, but you never know what kind of magic the Mets can pull here tonight. Another changeup from Quintana. Travis, how you doing, my friend? Robbie, who do you like, Yankees and the Royals? I mean, listen, Yankee fans are going to call me a biased Red Sox fan, but listen, I'm kind of riding that Royals train right now. People will think people think I'm probably lying here, but I was really struggling with that Orioles-Royals series. To me, I personally think, or I was thinking at the time when I made my pick with the Orioles over the Royals, I think one of these teams could very well make it out of the American League. I mean, the Royals, they were really tough for me to pick against. I said it, I think, a million times yesterday. Pitching and defense wins championships. And with the Royals, they do well with runners in scoring position. They ranked in the top 10 this year when it came to WRC+. So I'm kind of riding that Royals train right now. I'm starting to get a funny feeling. Maybe we could end up seeing Royals and the Phillies. I don't know, but the Yankees, listen, if they got everything together, if some other guys in that lineup besides Judge and Soto can step up for them, I think they got it. But to me, the Royals, they got the advantage when it comes to the pitching. And here's another thing about the Yankees, too, I think a lot of people are sleeping on. The Yankees have a pretty good defense as well. So it's going to be a great matchup, I think. I think it will go at least 4 games, at least. I don't think it's going to be a sweep on either end. I think it'll. I definitely think you could end up seeing a 5-game series. Quan Churio is a top 10 position player. He's so valuable. He's really gotten it together in the second half. He's been fantastic, and looking like the prospect people were excited for. Jose Quintana here, full count, bottom of the first. There's a ground ball up the middle here, on to short. He flips it to second, on to first, and a double play. And the Mets with a big double play. Or is that a double play? What happened there? I didn't even... Oh, is he safe? Oh, he was safe. It looked like a double play at first. What a great up the middle, man. Lindor and Iglesias. Oh, that is a great combo. Travis saying here, you wouldn't be surprised if they steal game 1 against Garrett Cole. Yeah, let's see. Let's see, man. The Royals, I mean, you got, I would think they're probably going to go Waka for game 1, and they'll probably go Brady Singer. Well, no, actually, I don't think you have to go Singer for game 2. I think you can go back to Cole Reagans at that point for game 2. Right? Because Reagans was 2 days ago. So he had yesterday, today, Friday. Well, actually, will he be able to go game 2? Quintana, fastball in. He pops it up left side of the infield. Oh, those two were waving each other off there. But Lindor ends up making the play. And the Mets are out of it. Yeah, I'm wondering how many people we're going to get in here tonight. I know Wardy is he's streaming over on his channel. And obviously Wardy does a fantastic job with the Mets. And so I'm sure most of the Mets fans are going to be flocking over there tonight. But Wardy, man, absolutely deserves it. I hope he has a big stream tonight. He's been doing post-game for the Mets every single night. He's even been doing pre-game for the Mets this year. Man, oh, man. Giants Report. How you doing, my friend? Good evening. Good evening. Travis. Who do I want to win the Thursday Night Football? Who's going tonight? Who's playing tonight? Who's playing? Brave Thrills. How you doing, my friend? I hope you have recovered. Brave Thrill. I was wondering what you meant by that. Even me and Jim, we got similar content, but I think we look pretty different. I was like, is Jim, when you said hello, Jim, I was looking in the chat. I'm like, is Jim here? Nope, no. I'm gonna ask Jim if he would like to to join one of these watch-alongs. I know he's been doing the post-game stuff, but I'm gonna ask Jim if he wants to come on one of these nights, and maybe we can do a watch-along over on his channel too. It's a great time to do collaborations. I think just watching the games. I think that would be awesome. Maybe me and Jim. Maybe we can do some. Maybe we can watch the World Series or something together. I think that'd be pretty fun. I'm going to have to send him a text at some point. Yeah, Brave Thrills. I mean, hey, we both do pretty similar content. We're both, uploading stuff, going live. Leak, how you doing, my friend? The fact that Churio is close at 20 is scary for the NL Central. Love me, Peter Armstrong, but the bats aren't comparable. Listen, you're right on the money with that. Churio is 20 years old, and he hit 2 home runs yesterday to help save the Brewers season. Here we go. Tobias Myers back on the mound here. Oh, Myers' fastball is looking very nice here tonight. Very nice. He is painting the corners. I think Myers, he could be in line for a decent outing here. Nice changeup. Oh, that was a slider. It looked like a changeup. Kai 13. Hey, Robbie, do you think the Padres have the best outfield in the game? I mean, it's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. I mean, you know me. You know I like my stats. We can actually, we can go take a look here. Who has the best outfield in the game, according to outs above average? Ground ball left side, foul ball. According to the numbers, the Blue Jays outfield was actually number 1 in outfield defense this year. Well, a big part of that's Dalton Varsho, right? But then the Brewers are in at number 2. Padres are actually, they were at 0 outs above average in the outfield this year. But the infield for the Padres, I think, was ranked pretty well. Padres are kind of in the middle when it comes to defense. They're kind of middle of the road. They're not bad, but they're not great either. They get the job done. So Iglesias rips one. Foul ball. Hey, we're up to 100 people on the night. Thank you, everyone, for coming on out. Thank you, thank you. Foop, wish the Dodgers-Padres game was Friday. That's going to be a fun series. Fun series. 93 down the pipe. Iglesias fouls it off. I'm glad Iglesias has had himself a pretty long career. Came up in 2011. Lifts it to right. He's under it, though. And there's the first out here in the top of the second. Jose Iglesias, I feel like he has been low-key one of the more underrated players in the game. Nothing amazing by any means, but very solid. We got Jesse Winker up, and the Boo Birds are out in Milwaukee. I saw a story earlier that Willie Adames invited Jesse Winker to, and Jesse Winker rips it. Willie Adames has it on to first, and Winker is out. But I saw a story earlier that Adames invited Winker out to the parking lot, and Winker was a no-show. Interesting. Listen, man, I'm just saying, Winker, man, if you're gonna be talking the smack, I mean, listen, man, if someone invites you to come to the parking lot, I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I don't know. Man, that umpire is calling that low strike tonight. That could end up being a game changer here. And you know the pitchers, they're going to adjust accordingly. If you've been noticing, there are some pitches that are going a bit more on the lower side here tonight. There's a slider on the outside. Marte rips it to center, and oh, he's got it. Blake Perkins. Solid catch. Svetlana, a name like Winker has coward written all over it. You know, I was saying this the other day. I'm like, I feel like Winker, he has just gotten himself involved with a lot of things. You know, I'm surprised it's not more of a bigger talking point. You know, you go back to Anaheim or whatever it was when he was flipping off the crowd and whatever. You know, that was something that people were talking about. He just seems to kind of, he seems like a guy that likes to stir the pot when he's on the field. I don't know if that's just kind of part of his game. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But he just seems to be a guy that likes to try and get under people's skin a little bit. Robert, how you doing, my friend? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Brave Thrills, why was Arcia playing around yesterday? I don't know. Unfortunately, the Braves, their offseason has started earlier than people were thinking coming into the year. Quan Winker even used to chirp with the Mets fans when he was with the Reds. Yeah, Winker, I don't know, man. He's an interesting character. I wonder what kind of a contract he's going to get this offseason. I feel like he, fits in pretty well with the Mets. I think with Winker, though, if he's going to keep up, those kind of antics, he's going to need to play well. I feel like that's one of those guys where people will get sick of him real quick if he just starts to fall off, Like, that act can be, people will be all right with it if you're playing well, Travis won't be watching much until 8:15. Yeah, we got the Thursday night football game on tonight, so I'm thinking there's going to be some people watching that. We'll see. Dylan Green, Winker, the new Donaldson. Yeah. He's a Josh Donaldson light. Oh man, look at those gold Brewers jerseys, man. Bring those back. Man, what a great looking jersey that was for the Brewers. The gold jersey. Love that. They need that back. Yeah, Travis, I am leaning Brewers tonight, but again, that when you have a team that has some magic going on, you can't, like the Mets, you can't count them out. Oh, he rips it to left. Gary Sanchez, he's got himself a hit here tonight. He's going to turn it into 2. Look at the wheels on Gary Sanchez. Gary Sanchez getting it started here in the bottom of the second. You got to love it. Gary Sanchez, he's had his success against lefties. Taking a look at the numbers with Gary Sanchez here. Taking a look at his numbers in his career. against lefties. Well, let's see how he's been doing. Not amazing numbers offensively, but he has a 423 slugging against lefties on the year. If we're going to take a look at his career splits against lefties, a 112 WRC plus in his career against lefties with a 475 slugging. He's had the success against righties as well, but he's done very well against lefties. So I wonder, could Gary Sanchez be a difference maker here tonight? Caden, who do I got for the Dodgers and the Padres? In my predictions, I went with Dodgers. I know people are hot on the Padres right now, and I know people out there, they lean on the fact that the Dodgers, they've had their issues in the postseason. But listen, every year is different, and this time they got Ohtani. Quintana just misses on the outside. Brewers trying to capitalize here on the Gary Sanchez double. There's a foul tip there. Rhys Hoskins, not amazing numbers on the year. He missed all of last year. But he's come back. He's provided a little bit of power this year. Brave thrills. Rhys does hate the Mets. Can Rhys Hoskins come through in a big way? Fouls it off. But Rhys Hoskins on the year. Oh, it looks like Hoskins struck out. Again, my feed on the Spectrum app, it's so behind. So if I look at the screen, I'm going to see. So Rhys Hoskins with the strikeout. But taking a look here, Hoskins on the year only hit .214, a .303 on base. He had a slugging in the fours, but, he had 26 home runs. You would like to see a little bit more out of Hoskins, but, But here comes Sal Frelick. Brave thrills. Yours is even more behind. Yeah. I don't know, man. I hate that. That's kind of what I miss about cable is everyone was pretty much on the same wavelength. But when it comes to these apps, not everyone's going to be at the same. The Sal Frelick on the year, not a terrible year, but, definitely room for improvement. Only a 655 OPS overall, hitting the 250s. Quintana just missing on the outside. So they're getting some low calls, but they're not getting a lot of calls when it comes to the outside. Yeah, Leak, you're saying here the Dodgers' rotation's a little shaky. Freeman coming back from injury. Mookie hasn't really performed in the postseason. We'll see. Here's the one thing I've learned when it comes to postseason picks. Hold on, let me just look at this picture here from Quintana. There's a slurve missing for a ball. But here's the thing when it comes to, postseason. I know the Dodgers, they have been pretty consistent with their disappointing postseasons, but, you can't look at the past. I know the past can help you, but postseason, it's just such a different story. Sinker on the outside corner. Quintana with a beautiful pitch for the strikeout, and Sal Frelick takes a seat. That was a great pitch from Quintana. Love me a good two-seamer sinker on the outside corner. That was one of my favorite pitches to throw back on MVP Baseball. Always love that. Always loved those Greg Maddux two-seamers that came back in and caught the zone. But here we go. Joey Ortiz, been a pretty solid pickup this year for the Brewers. Could he be the next shortstop for the Brewers moving forward with Willy Adames? becoming a free agent. Timotheus, thank you, my friend. SG27, Robbie, are you rooting for the Brewers or Team Destiny? I mean, I'm not rooting for either one. I just want a good game. I mean, listen, you all know me. I'm a Red Sox fan over here, man. But if I'm going to root for I can't really root for either. You could make a case for either team. I mean, I would love for the Brewers to actually do something in a postseason. I think they got a pretty solid team this year. It's a huge disappointment they don't have Yelich. Quintana, fastball up. He fouls it back. But for the Mets, listen, they've been a fun team this year. You know, are they, perhaps a smidge ahead of schedule? A lot of people didn't have them making it, but here they are. So it's a fun team. I think the Mets, if they can get by this, listen, I think a big storyline here. There's a fastball up. He misses. I think the Phillies, man, I think that's a big storyline here. I am very curious to see, after they have been the wild card team for the last 2 years and they have gotten over these good Braves teams, I'm curious to see how will the Phillies perform after they have a bit of a break here. There's another fastball up. He floats it, but Jose Iglesias has the catch, and the inning is over. We head to the top of the third. Listen, I am very intrigued about the Phillies. I need to see how they respond. Could they be really, that Astros team where they didn't really seem to be affected at all when it came to taking off a few days before the division round? I think, they got a bunch of veterans on the team. They've been together. They're a good group. I would like to think it's not going to affect the Phillies, but we haven't seen it yet. This is a different test for the Phillies. I could honestly see, because the Phillies, they've been playing deep into the postseason over the last couple of years, I could see them actually enjoying this time off, and really using some days to get some extra sleep, get a couple more meals in, get a couple calories to help with the recovery a little bit. I think the Phillies, out of all the teams in this postseason, they could very well benefit from the longer layoff between rounds. But we'll see. We'll see. We haven't seen it yet. So, Leak, if the Dodgers got to face the Mets or the Brewers, I'd be thinking differently. But out of the Dodgers and the Padres, I just think the Padres are built to win. The Padres got a great shot. But another intriguing storyline. I know everyone loves to gush over Shohei Ohtani, but I do think there's some kind of an effect that he brings, man. Ohtani, it's just something about him. He's kind of one of those guys, to me, in a way, I feel like he almost brings like a calming presence to the clubhouse a bit. He's just so good, and he just has that aura where it kind of helps you relax a little bit. Ohtani just seems like a guy that he doesn't get fazed, And I wonder if the Dodgers mentally rally behind that. We'll see. The Padres are definitely well built. We'll see. Really like the Padres' chances. I had a very tough time picking that series. I will say this, though. I see a lot of people hopping off the Dodgers bandwagon. And I feel like if you go back to recent times where you see a lot of people leaning one way, I don't know. I feel like you tend to see the opposite a little bit. I don't know. Man, that was a nice curveball from Myers there. Myers is looking very sharp here. Miles saying Dodgers will destroy the Padres. I mean, I'm curious. I think it's going to be a great series. Padres, listen, they got a nice warm-up. Sorry to describe that about the Braves, but they did. They got a nice warm-up. So the Dodgers, they're going to have their hands full. SG27, Ohtani has not been dominant against the Padres. Yeah, no. Tobias Myers misses with a changeup up and in. Here we go, Tyrone Taylor. Trying to make something happen here to get things started for the Mets here in the top of the third. Myers is missing up a little bit. Looks like maybe the release point's a bit out of whack here this inning. He's going to have to adjust something mechanically. 2-2 count here to Tyrone Taylor. Fastball down the middle there. He gives it a bit of a ride. Not far enough, though. That is in the glove of Sal Frelick, Boston College legend. Timotheus, sleep is king. I do like me some sleep, man. Sleep is underrated. You got to get your sleep, man. But here we go. Francisco Alvarez up to the plate here. Francisco Alvarez hasn't done too much in this series. Could this be a time for him to get something started? Decent year for Alvarez, right around league average OPS plus. Tobias Myers pours in a fastball. Another thing about Myers that I'm noticing here tonight, he looks loose. Looking fluid, the mechanics flowing nicely. He catches the outside corner. That umpire tonight, he's got a bit of a wider strike zone. He was calling some balls a little low. But now, I was even saying earlier, I don't know, the outside calls, he's not giving too much. But now he's given a couple here this inning. That is something that comes into play. You got to adjust to what the umpire is doing in a game. I wonder if there could be some tempers that get frustrated at some point. If he's consistent with both teams, then you know what I think about? I think about Livan Hernandez. Remember that strike zone from 1997? Remember that one game with the 15 Ks? That man was getting all the strike calls. Big swing and a miss from Francisco Alvarez. Tobias Myers with another strikeout. And his solid start here continues. Fastball's looking great here tonight with Myers. Good ride on it. I hope the Brewers don't go with some kind of a weird, kind of a thing where they pull him after 4 innings. I hope they don't. Francisco Lindor is up. He rips it to right center. Frelick's got it. That falls in. Lindor continues his great season. A double early to start things off. He's got a single now. He is a triple and a home run away from a cycle. Could you imagine Francisco Lindor getting a cycle in a elimination game? Well, he's halfway there. Vientos' breakout year this year, a fantastic year for Vientos. A couple of walk-off home runs along the way, hitting .266 with an .837 OPS, 27 home runs. He's got a few hits in this series already. Nice pitch there from Myers. Slider on the outside corner, catching the zone. Vientos swings right through it. Top of the third here, 2 outs. Mets got a runner on after the Lindor base hit. Vientos trying to make something happen. Myers misses outside, 97 on the gun. Oh, slider low. It gets through his legs. He can't find the ball. You got to be careful with Lindor. He's got speed, but he finds it. Gary Sanchez is behind the plate here tonight. Sanchez could not find it at all. Why is that umpire standing right behind him? Umpire needs to get out of the way in that. I'm sorry. When you got a wild pitch, get out of the way, man. But the Mets got the runner on second. A base hit could give them the lead for the first time tonight. Sanchez runs out to the mound. Got a 3-1 count here to Vientos. You have to be careful with Vientos, especially with the year he's had, a breakout year. Yeah, Miles in the chat. Sanchez is the worst defensive catcher in Major League Baseball. We can actually go see what were the numbers with Gary Sanchez on the year defensively. He had a negative defensive rating this year, a negative 3.4. So that's not going to help him all that much. But the Brewers are confident with him tonight. Fastball in the outside corner, 95. That's lifted out to right, but Frelick's there. That's warning track power. And the Mets got nothing going on here in the top of the third. And we continue on with a scoreless game. But here we go. We are cruising along here tonight. We are almost through 3. And we have not even reached an hour. They're moving along pretty quick. Man, oh man, I'm excited about the Royals and the Yankees tomorrow. What time does that one start tomorrow? What time does that one start? We got a little bit. We got a lot going on tomorrow. Man, we got 4 games going on tomorrow. We got the Tigers and the Guardians starting things off at 1 o'clock. And whoever wins this one, they got to go right to Philly. I mean, that's not too long of a flight. So luckily, you don't got to fly across the country. But that's going to be happening tomorrow, 4 o'clock in Philly. Those Phillies fans are going to be nuts. You got the Yankees and the Royals at 6:38 Eastern time. And we got the big one. Oh, wait, that's not tomorrow. That's October 5th. I'm sorry. Not tomorrow. Apologies. I thought it said October 4th. And the Padres and the Dodgers. What is today? Is today Thursday? Yeah, today's Thursday. All right, so Saturday. So we got the day off tomorrow. And, yeah. Jim is here. Jim, you got me. My goodness, I'm looking at the day. I don't even know what day it is. I feel like my brain is broken. Jim, we have to do a watch along together, my friend. You've been killing it with the post-game stuff, but you need to join me for one of these games. We got to figure out a couple of games that we can watch together. You need to take a relaxing night at some point and join me for a game. I think that could be pretty fun. Jim, we at least have to do at least a World Series game together. I'm thinking, Jim. If we could, you got the family at home. You got to take care. You got to do that. Well, if you can get away for one game, I think it could be fun for us to watch a game together. If you can. But I will take a few innings as well. Here we go. Quintana back on the mound here. Bottom of the third. And Terang had a double yesterday. Oh, hard hit ball to second, but a great play from Iglesias, man. Man, oh man. I mean, listen, I think Lindor and Iglesias, that might be the, I don't know. I'd have to go look at the numbers, but they got to be up there when it comes to the defensive numbers at short and second. What a great combo that is. We can go look right now. Let's see. We can go see. Let's take a look at the leaders here. Jackson Chourio back up here. Oh, he drops a bunt. Oh, it looked like a beauty. It just went foul. But here we go. Let's take a look here. So Lindor was the best shortstop overall. What the heck is... I don't want to look at the postseason. I want to look at the regular season. There we go. But take a look at the defensive numbers. at shortstop on the year. Goodness gracious. So Lindor was 3rd overall when it came to the overall defense on Fangraphs. And at second base, Jose Iglesias. I mean, where are we here? Iglesias. Quintana misses on the outside. I don't know where Iglesias is. Let's do at least 50 innings. Maybe that'll cut down on some of it. Oh, that's bloop to center, but he's got it. Tyrone Taylor with the grab. But what we got here with the Mets? Where is Iglesias here? Yeah, so Iglesias, a 1.1 on the defense. Yeah. Nothing amazing by any means. 1 out above average, but Iglesias is pretty solid, I would say. All right, here we go. Quintana up and away, just missing the zone. Nice pitch there. Curveball dropping in. Well, that's hard hit to Francisco Lindor. Lindor with a great play, but they're unable to complete the play. A great effort from Lindor. Pete Alonso skipped away from him a little bit. But the Brewers got something cooking here. Blake Perkins getting on. Not an amazing season for Blake Perkins, but he's come up a couple of times here in this series. He's got that speed. Don't discount the importance of speed in the postseason. You need every little bit you can in the postseason. Caden Lickford, will the Tigers go to the World Series? I picked them to go to the Championship Series. So now my American League pick is out because the Orioles were an absolute embarrassment in the wild card round. I'm never picking the Orioles again. I don't care. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I will now have PTSD anytime I see the Orioles in the postseason. That was an absolute joke of an effort. I'm sorry, but I get it. You're going up against great pitching, right? But when you got a guy, Colton Cowser, who a pitch is coming at him and he's still committing to a swing. I mean, I'm sorry. That says a lot. You know what I mean? No disrespect. These guys are amazing at what they do, but I mean, come on. But that just shows, I think that also just shows how good the Royals pitching was. That they just had these guys completely off balance. But again, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how you're committing to a swing on a pitch that literally is coming at you. Ground ball to third, on to first, a bit wide on the throw, but Alonso's got it. And Quintana is through 3. We got a bit of a pitcher's duel here. Tobias Myers looking great for the Brewers. Quintana working around the Milwaukee offense here. But so far, we got zeros across the board. We're moving pretty quickly through this game. We're through 3. We're through 3. All right, everyone, if you can for me, if you can, hit that like button for me. The goal for tonight is 200 likes. We're at 70 as of right now. We're at 70. But real quick, I got to take that score ticker away. Let's take the ticker away. And that way, because I don't want to be showing the Mets-Brewers score yesterday. Where is that little ticker? There we go. We'll take that away there. All righty. Billy, how you doing, my friend? How you doing? Remixed, how you doing, my friend? Man, what was the last time you were in the chat? I feel like it's been a while. Hey, Robbie, hope you're doing well. Sad to see no Cardinals in the playoffs again. Seems like it will be that way for a while. You know, Cardinals, I think, are one of the more interesting teams this postseason. And I don't mean that from a buying point of view. I actually wonder if the Cardinals, we know Chaim Bloom, he's been able to make some creative moves. Well, he's not going to be running the show this year, but you got to imagine, even though Mozeliak is going to be stepping away after next year, I mean, in my opinion, I think Bloom and him are basically going to be partners really for this year. I mean, you got to be thinking, to me, it feels like, Bloom is going to be on the job training here this year. That's the way it comes off to me. I think Bloom is going to have a heavy hand when it comes to the decisions. That's just pure speculation on my part. I could be wrong. But I wonder if Bloom, this is a guy that he's come up with some creative trades before. He's taken on some contracts where he's been able to get some prospects in return. So I don't think the Cardinals are going to be looking to do stuff like that. So let's see if, he can try and maybe unload some contracts while maybe, trying to get creative, maybe even attaching possibly some prospects, right? I don't know. We'll see. I'm curious to see what the Cardinals do with the payroll, considering, Sonny Gray has already popped up on the trade block. Remixed. Congratulations, my friend. You just had a baby. Good for you. One of my good friends growing up actually just had a baby today as well. It's always fun. Nicolette Coke, I need Brewers over 2.5. I mean, listen, Brewers are at home. They definitely got a good shot here tonight. John, let's go Mets. You got to believe. Let's see if the Mets can get this done here tonight. There's a pop-up, second base. He waves him off. And Terang makes the catch. There's the first out here in the top of the fourth. Brave thrills. Could the Braves go after Sonny Gray? Maybe. We'll see. I think the Braves have a very interesting offseason coming up. I mean, I'm kind of thinking more in the terms of, kind of MLB The Show a little bit, but I do wonder if the Braves could be a destination for Willy Adames. I don't know. Will the Braves be willing to put down that kind of money? I don't know. Willy Adames, I mean, I think people are underestimating what he could end up getting with a contract, because he gives you great, he doesn't just give you good offense, but he gives you great defense at the same time. Teams value run prevention a lot. He's going to get himself a good deal. I think he's going to get at least $200 million. I personally think that. That might sound crazy to people. There's Pete Alonso, pops it up left side. Ortiz and Adames both give chase, but Ortiz has it. Pete Alonso not off to a great start here tonight. Austin Lane, how you doing? I'm a Tigers fan. I'm not familiar with either team, but I personally think the Mets will win this one. Won't be surprised if the Brewers win, honestly. Kind of hope Milwaukee pulls through. I think it can go either way. I said this coming into this series. This is going to be a tight series. The Mets, they won pretty convincingly in Game 1. But then you had that one last night, Game 2. That came down to the wire. And here so far, we got a scoreless game through almost 4 innings here. Iglesias, ground ball to Willy Adames. Adames has it on to first. And there is the third out here in the top of the fourth. And Tobias Myers is feeling it. Do not take out Tobias Myers. I swear, if the Brewers take out Tobias Myers, I'm going to be cheesed off here, man. Do not take that guy out. I swear, man. If they get cute and they start to do like some kind of an analytical bullpen game, don't do it, man. Myers is looking good here. He's inducing weak contact. I'm so over that trend of pulling guys. I don't know why. I'm getting worried the Brewers might do something weird. Yeah, I agree with you, Ian Birds. You got to think here when it comes to the way teams generally the way they lean now when it comes to the starters in the postseason, a lot of the times they'll try to get him through 2 times through the order. I mean, so far, it looks like he'll have another inning, I think. I think he's going to go one more time, at least. Because you got Winker, Marte, Taylor, and Alvarez. This is going to be their second at-bats. Will he get another time? You know, I could see Myers being finished after 5 because Lindor, he's already got 2 hits off him tonight. So I wonder if the Brewers will let him go up against Lindor one more time. I think he's going to be done after Alvarez. That's my prediction here. I think he'll get pulled after Alvarez. Willard Wright. What do we got here? I got to plug the iPad in. I forgot to charge the iPad here. Do you think next year, unlike the playoffs, Alvarez is playing on one leg basically, and let's be honest, any team could beat Houston with the Astros as injury-ridden. Hold on, Robbie, do you think next year, unlike the playoffs, where Alvarez... Willard, I'm not understanding your question. Let's be honest, any team could beat Houston. Are you asking if the Mets will be good next year? I think that's what you're asking. I think the Mets, listen, with David Stearns running the show, he was brought in for a reason to make good quality moves instead of having to spend money left and right. So yeah, I think the Mets are going to be a good team next year. I think the Mets are well set up here. So let's see. I think a lot of Mets fans are thinking they're going to go out there this offseason and just drop like $1 billion. I don't see that happening. Here we go. Jose Quintana back on. Here comes Willy Adames. So Adames looking to do some damage. Adames so far in this series hasn't really done all that much. Only hitting 125 this series so far. 1 for 8 with a run scored. But a great year overall. 32 home runs, a 794 OPS, along with great defense at shortstop. Adames rips it to left, but that's foul. Ian Birds, how far does Quintana go? I think Quintana is going to be on the same trajectory. Again, if you're looking to get a guy 2 times through the order, he's kind of cruising along here. I think they're both kind of on that, 5 to 6 inning trajectory. That's the way it's going here because, I don't know. I don't think either guy... I don't know. I'm just leaning towards kind of, the way teams have been handling the pitching, right? Especially in postseason games, they try to just get him through 2 times through the order. There's a ground ball left side. Vientos has it. Nice throw, but he beats the throw. Willy Adames, don't forget, has some speed. That's why Willy Adames, man, he's going to get himself a nice contract this offseason. Good bat, good defense, has speed. Telling you, Willy Adames. That was a pretty close play, though. Ooh, just beat the throw. Wow. Nod Narb, as a Brewers fan, we're pretty solid at choking in the playoffs. I never have any hope. I'll tell you, with all these Brewers teams over the last few years, I think this is a pretty good one. They're pretty solid all the way across the board. Oh, Sanchez lifts it to left, but no, that's going to die pretty quickly. He makes the catch. It looked good off the bat, but that thing died as soon as it got out of the infield. Oh, man. Lack of offense here so far. I think we're going to be in store for a good game. You see Adames, he tried calling for the balk. Playing that cat and mouse game over there. Quintana misses on the outside. Or inside, sorry. Timotheus, Orioles story time. WTF happened? Man, oh man. I don't know, man. The Orioles, they ran into the Royals. I think at the end of the day, I think that's the biggest thing. I'm still kicking myself for not picking the Royals. I could even show the receipts. Adames onto second, steals second, and the Brewers got a runner in scoring position. But, yeah, man. The Orioles, I don't know. I'm telling you, I can show you the receipts. I was texting a buddy of mine thinking, man, I kind of want to pick the Royals. I think I think I tricked myself thinking, all right, the Orioles are going to be fine, but kind of like the Blue Jays, right? Remember the Blue Jays a couple of years ago? You kind of sell yourself on thinking they're going to be all right. Oh, there's a ground ball left side. Lindor's got it. Adames moves to third, but Lindor fires to first, moves the runner over. Brewers got Adames at third. 2 outs, though. But yeah, I don't know. The Brewers, it's kind of a similar thing to the Orioles. Kind of a similar thing to the Blue Jays over the last couple of years, where had a lot of hype, but they weren't very convincing. And you kind of think back to the preseason picks, right? And how they looked maybe in the beginning of the year, first half of the year, and you kind of sell yourself on the fact that they're going to be all right. There's a fly ball left side, but that goes foul. Nimmo gave it a chase. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Orioles, they kind of remind me of the Blue Jays the last few years. And the Orioles, I'm sorry, if Corbin Burnes leaves, I think they're in trouble. I think they're going to end up taking a step back because unless Grayson Rodriguez becomes that ace, I don't know. I think Baltimore's in trouble if Burnes ends up leaving. There's a ground ball left side. Quintana's got it on to first. And the Brewers are unable to capitalize, even with Adames on third. And the scoreless game continues. We're through 4 zeros all across the board. I'll tell you right now, everyone. I'll tell you. I hate to say it. Don't sleep on the Sox next year, man. Don't sleep on the Sox. And no, I don't mean the White Sox. I don't mean the White Sox. I do think the White Sox, give them a couple of years, I think they're going to be all right. I know they had an embarrassing season this year, but they got a lot of pitching in that minor league system. I think if they can acquire some good bats here, trade Garrett Crochet, get yourself a guy that could end up being someone you could build around, I think the White Sox are going to be okay in a couple of years. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just like the pitching they have in the organization. But don't sleep on my Sox next year, man. Do not sleep. I think the Red Sox, they're very close. If they can make some good moves this offseason, we'll see. Craig Breslow, Sam Kennedy, they've been saying a lot of good things here over the last few days, but is it going to be all talk or are they going to actually walk? I don't know, man. I'm sick of the talk. I need him to go make the moves. Christopher, Red Sox keeping me asleep. Listen, man, don't sleep. Don't do it. I need my Red Sox to be, I need them to be back. It's postseason time, baby. Hope you're ready. Timothy, is Tampa Bay going to dominate the pitching department? I think Tampa Bay is going to be a team to look out for next year as well. Tell you, I'm worried about this Orioles team. I am. Unless they can go out there, if they can go sign a guy, if Corbin Burnes ends up going elsewhere, but if maybe they could bring in, a guy like Max Fried, we'll see. They're going to need to bring in someone, though. If Burnes leaves, they can't sit on their hands. They need to go do something. Santander's a free agent. That's 40 home runs right there. If he leaves, who do you turn to? I know you got some guys that are coming up, right? I would imagine Kjerstad is going to be a guy that's going to be getting a lot more playing time. But do they bring in someone else? We'll see. Jesse Winker, the Boo Birds are back for Jesse Winker. We're up to 150 people here in this chat. We're not even at 100 likes. Everyone, come on. Help us out with the likes here. Come on. We need 100 likes at least. I know you got the likes in you. Jude, how you doing, my friend? Starting to stress out. This game, it's moving pretty quick. Fastball up, Tobias Myers trying to put up another 0 this inning. We got an unexpected pitching duel here, but both these guys have been pitching great. Fastball up to Winker. Winker swings right through it. Christopher, do you think it's possible for the White Sox to be worse next year? I think the White Sox, I think they'll be better. I mean, come on, they can't get any worse, can they? I mean, they're not going to be good, but, I mean, I would think they could win at least 50 games. Here's a 1-2 count to Winker. Tobias Myers with the pitch. Fastball hits him. Is Winker going to charge the mound? Was Winker mouthing off a little bit to Gary Sanchez? Did he have a couple of words there? Looked like maybe he was, I don't know, did he say something? I can't tell. I need I couldn't see. I need a replay there. Jude, you're welcome. Thank you for stopping by here today. Starling Marte's up. He swings through a slider. 0-1 count. Leak, how do you think the Cubs get a different win total from 83-79 back-to-back years now? We'll see, man. I think they need to add something to that lineup. Ooh, nice slider. Drops in. Bottom of the zone. Gets the call. 0-2 count to Marte. Here we go. Myers trying to put down another one. Fastball in the corner. A beautiful pitch from Tobias Myers. Love me a fastball painting the corner. Gotta love that, man. Tobias Myers. He's looking fantastic. One out here, top of the fifth. I made the call. I think, I don't know. Do they let Myers face Lindor a third time? That's going to be interesting. You got Tyrone Taylor here, Francisco Alvarez. Do the Brewers have anyone warming? Oh, he swings through a slider. Tyrone Taylor looking a little silly. We got an 0-2 count here. Tobias Myers looking for another K. He has been fantastic tonight. Fastball in the corner. Again, Tobias Myers is dominating the outside corner. Another beauty on the outside corner. You gotta love it. Myers has been painting that spot all night, and the Mets cannot figure it out. You can't hit a guy when he is painting the corners like that. That's going to be a tough matchup for anyone, man. Pours in a fastball. Foul. So, I mean, at this point, I don't think the Brewers have anyone warming. So, it looks like he will, looks like he's going to get Lindor for a third time if Alvarez can do something. But he's not looking to face Lindor here. He's looking to sit Alvarez down. Top of the fifth here, 0-1 count. Fouls it off. 95 up and away. That's into the seats. Another 0-2 count. Myers has done a great job getting ahead of the batters here tonight. And Milwaukee is on their feet. Trying to will Myers to another strikeout. Here we go. Top of the fifth. 0-2 count here. Slider on the outside. Fouls it back. Myers has been cruising in this game. I can't see the pitch count. My eyes do not work. I think I see 65 pitches. Here we go. Myers comes set. Here's the pitch. Pops it up. That's in play. Hoskins is under it. And there's the third out, and Myers has dominated here tonight. Great pitching. The MLB channel, he says here, Robbie, the pitching has been dominant this postseason. I love me some postseason pitching, man. And that's why I hate myself for not picking the Royals. I can't believe I didn't pick the Royals, man, because that's been, You gotta always go pitching in the postseason. It's ugh. I'm kicking myself for not picking them, man. If I picked the Royals, I would be. I mean, if the Brewers can pull this out, I would have gotten all 4 right. The only one, if the Brewers pull it off tonight, I'll go 3 for 4 in the wild card round, and the one that I get wrong is the team that I picked to go to the World Series. Unbelievable, man. I hate myself. I am Birds. I picked the Tigers, Orioles, Padres, Brewers. Yeah. I get, one thing about the Royals, man, and another thing I was thinking about when it came to picking that series was the Royals all year have just been kind of defying the odds a little bit. Coming into the year, they had the good off season, but I still was a little unsure of how they would have done. I thought, okay, good off season, but is this going to be enough? And in the end, it was just enough, right? Even despite, slacking down the stretch a little bit, they still got in. A lot of people picking the Orioles in that round. I think for ESPN, I think 18 of their people picked the Orioles, and I think 9 picked the Royals. So, yeah, when you look at the betting odds, the Orioles were the favorite. Right? You had the unders for the Orioles all the way around. But, Christopher R., if the Mets lose, I'll be 0-4. Oh, man. If I went 0 for 4, I think I'd lose like a good 1,000 subscribers. Goodness, there's a lot of pressure when it comes to predictions. People put a lot of emphasis on the predictions, man. It's kind of one of those things. I put myself out there into the fire with predictions. I mean, already it's like I had people going back to my predictions video, putting comments like, oh my God, he picked the Orioles. I had guys, saying like, this guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. It's like, dude, I bet your predictions were so much better. Here we go. Quintana back on the mound here for the Mets. Fastball up and away. Fouls it off here. Joey Ortiz. Not amazing numbers on the year, but I've liked Joey Ortiz this year. I think he's been a pretty solid player. That's the thing, man. If like Astros, Tigers, I picked the Tigers to win that. Ground ball left side. Vientos has it on to first, and there's the first out. So yeah, I picked the Tigers over the Astros. No one goes back to the video to say anything about that, but they all go back to the video to say how terrible I am because I picked the Orioles over the Royals. But no one says anything about the Astros Tigers pick. Man. Brave Thrills, probably a good idea to not make predictions because it's I hate predictions. Here we go. Turang is up. He's been solid in this series. Can Turang keep this up here? Yeah, Christopher, Chris Sale, that was another thing too. When he was out, that flipped everything. I think people were still giving the Padres the edge, but misses on the inside. 2-1 count here to Turang. Feels like we're kind of living on every pitch here, just waiting for some kind of offense. We've had some fun offense in the first couple of games, but here it's been the complete opposite. Gets a two-seamer on the outside to Lindor. Ground ball onto first. And there is the second out. Here comes Churio. 5 for 10 in this series. 2 home runs. Both of them coming yesterday. Can Churio come through here? Can he get something going? Curveball misses on the outside. Churio showing a lot of patience here. 3-0 count. Fastball right down the middle. 3-1 count here to Churio. You don't want to mess around with Churio right now. Curveball misses down. Churio gets on. Could you see the Brewers maybe get a bit aggressive here? Randy G, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that, my friend. Yep, just like I said, Myers is going to be done for the night. I didn't see them going again. I didn't see him having to go up against Lindor a third time. I mean, I understand, Lindor has seen him well, but let's see. MKE Cards, welcome, welcome. You're saying here, I'm telling you all right now, the Brewers are cooked. Bullpen is going to F this up, and I'm a Brewers fan. We'll see. I mean, Myers is looking great. The one guy that has gotten to him in this game is Lindor. So I could see you not wanting to face him again. But with the bases empty, I mean, I don't know. But they're taking that analytical approach, not having to go a third time through the order. We can actually go look at the numbers with Tobias Myers in just a second and how he's done in the third time through the order. We'll go look at the numbers in just a second here. Quintana throws to first. Here we go. With Myers, if we were to take a look at the numbers, third time through the order. Myers has not been great the third time through the order. As you can see, hitters are hitting .315 against him with a .478 slugging third time through the order. Perkins is up. Nice pitch there from Quintana. He swings right through it, a 1-2 count. So I can see when you're looking at it from the numbers point of view, I can see why they make that move, but the way he's pitching here tonight, I don't know. Again, I don't like it when guys, when they're looking great and you take them out. Yeah, my MKE, I totally understand. I get it. I mean, he's passing the eye test tonight. Everything looks good for Myers here, but let's see. Either way, though, Brewers got to put a run on the board. Give a lot of credit to Quintana here tonight, too. He hasn't been as crisp as Myers, but Quintana has been looking pretty solid. He's only given up 4 hits on the night. Brewers have had, I would say, a couple more chances, but nothing mind-boggling by any means, right? They had the runner on third not too long ago, weren't able to capitalize. But yeah, Brewers bullpen. I will say, Brewers, they've had a good bullpen here, but there have been a couple of instances where the Brewers bullpen, they can flop. When he goes for second, just like I said, could the Brewers maybe be a little aggressive here? When you got Churio with the speed, and runs are very hard to come by in this game so far, you got to be a bit aggressive. And he stole second easily. A base knock here could make this a 1-0 game. Brewers fans are waking up. Why doesn't everyone have the towels, man? I can't stand that. I don't get that, man. Like, dude, if I am going to a game and they're handing out towels for you to wave around, wave those freaking towels. I mean, that's what I loved about the, say what you will about the Phillies crowd, but dude, those people get into it. That's how it needs to be. If you got a towel, you better be spinning that thing. I don't get that, man. I love the towel spinning. It's fun. Yeah, SG27. The Padres faithful, they showed up last night. The last couple of nights they've showed up. I'm glad some of these Brewers fans, they're getting into it. But we need everyone getting into it, man. Come on. There we go. Let's get some more action going here. There we go. There are the towels. I think the Brewers fans are listening to me a little bit. More towels. We need the towels. Here we go. Quintana, full count here. Bottom of the fifth. 2 outs, runner on second. Oh! He rips it down the line, but that's foul. That looked pretty good. We have broken the 100 likes for tonight. What was the goal for tonight? What was the goal? We were at, 100? 200 likes. We are now halfway to our goal. Halfway to our goal. Perkins lifts it to right, but that's going to go foul. Mets got people warming up too. Jose Budo, he's warming. So again, just like I was saying, I'm pretty sure these guys aren't going to go very long. Oh, man, Perkins, why? Perkins, man, that is way outside. Man. Patrick B., how you doing, my friend? Leo Bally, I don't know why, but I feel like this game could go extra innings. I mean, at this point, we'll see. Man. I'll also say this, when it comes to Perkins, I mean, he has hit well in this series, so I can't take that away, but find it interesting that he is batting second. I mean, does he hit lefties well? Is that another thing maybe I'm missing? Against lefties. How's he done against lefties this year? Oh, okay, he does hit. Well, no, that's. Yeah, he has hit lefties well. Okay, so he hits 271 with a 333 on base. Okay, never mind. I take back what I was about to say. I was going to say the overall numbers haven't looked good. But, oh, man. Remixed. Just want the Brewers eliminated. Phillies, Mets matchup, and a Dodgers, Padres. Hey, listen, division round, man. You got to love those division rivalries. But you know what I miss, though? I miss the championship series coming down to 2 division rivals. I know there's some Red Sox-Yankee bias there. But, I just miss that. All right, we gotta share the show here tonight. We got to get some more people in here. We're slowly getting to 200 people. I think a lot of people are watching the game on the football side of things here tonight. But let's get some, let's share the show here tonight. Everyone, if you can go share the show anywhere, Facebook, whatever. Let's try and get some more people in here. All righty, we're going to put this on Xland. Whoops, made a typo. There we go. 1 second, everyone. I'm just sharing out the stream on Xland. All right. We have shared the show. Let's get some more people in here. MKE Cards, he's not feeling very hot right now. Christopher R. saying it feels like a Blake Snell incident. I don't know if I'll go that far. You know, that one was... No offense to Tobias Myers, but he's not Blake Snell. I mean, that one was a little like, whoa, you're taking out your guy? You're taking out your ace? That was a little... Tobias Myers, great year, but the numbers do show he doesn't do well third time through the order. However, the stuff has looked good tonight, so I can see that. But McGill is in. Lindor gives it a ride. That's going to be warning track power. That's not going to be enough. Frelick has it here. 1 out. Wabu Prod, update on Musgrove. I don't know. I haven't seen anything. Let's see. Joe Musgrove. Anything going on here? Oh, he's just undergoing testing. Nothing yet. I mean, my guess it's he's probably just I don't know. My guess is he's probably going to be done, you know. But I still think the Padres, they got depth, right? I think I saw today that it's going to be Yamamoto against Darvish. That's awesome. I need that in my life. That's a great matchup. Again, is that confirmed? I think it's going to be Flaherty against Cease and Darvish against Yamamoto. If that is the matchup, that is fantastic. Love that. 2 legendary pitchers from Japan. We need more storylines like that. I don't know why Major League Baseball, man. They need to be hyping up those kind of matchups. They better hype up that matchup because that's awesome. Love that. 2 of the greatest pitchers ever from Japan going head to head. But here we go. Nimmo is up for the Mets. McGill working through this inning pretty nicely. Nimmo gives it a bit of a ride, but that's not going to be doing anything. Frelick once again getting in on the action. And McGill, he's trying to hype up the crowd again. You got to love it. He did that yesterday. I'm all over Team McGill, man. Got to love that. I love a guy that tries to get the crowd hyped up, you know? Yamamoto's game 1? Oh, let's go see this. Let's go see this really quick. Here we go. Oh, they're going Yamamoto game 1. Interesting. Wow, why are they not going Flaherty? Could it be like just a routine kind of a thing? Oh, man, we're not going to get Yamamoto Darvish? Come on. Man, wanted that. But I wonder why they're not doing Flaherty for game 1. I wonder what the reasoning is. Maybe Yamamoto, I mean, the last time he pitched, before, I think Flaherty also. So Yamamoto was the 28th. I mean, Yamamoto, from his days in Japan, he always benefited from extra rest. So I would think, I feel like game 2 would have been nice. I don't know. I'd have to read more into that. I wonder what the reasoning is. Matthew, apparently Flaherty is dealing with some velocity issues. G-Rob. Oh, that makes sense, right? Maybe because of he could go again for a game 5. So yeah, Yamamoto, probably he would benefit more from the rest. Yeah, so that makes sense, right? And then if Flaherty's dealing with a couple of things right now that he's trying to work on, so, that could give him an extra day to work on it. So either way, I think it's going to be a good series. I think it's going to be good. Sound FX, I'm glad you're here tonight, my friend. Even though the Braves are not in the playoffs anymore, I'm glad you're still staying active. You're saying here, a bit sad the Braves are swept out of the wild card round, but honestly, it's for the best. Braves hitting wasn't there, but I expected the pitching to not give up the big inning. Hey, it's just an unfortunate turn of events for the Brewers this year, man. Or Braves, sorry. I hope they have a good offseason, and I hope they're healthy next year. Matt Olson, I hope he gets to the lab this offseason, figures some things out. He had a down year compared to what he did last year. I was noticing people pointing out Matt Olson was having some issues mechanically. There was the difference with the swing. Here we go. Quintana back out for another inning. So they're going to lean on Quintana here to try and give them 6. Whereas the Brewers, they went with the analytics. They took Myers out before going up against the order a third time through. But here we go. Quintana going up against Contreras here. Contreras needs to, start doing something here, man. This is a guy's one of your better hitters this year. Let's go, Contreras. Come on. We need something. But again, no one's been able to do anything here tonight. There's a change-up low for Quintana. Yeah, G-Rob. That's what I was thinking. Again, I didn't read the comments, but Contreras gets into one, and there's a fly ball. But Tyrone Taylor's got it. But yeah, that's what I was thinking with Yamamoto. It's probably the... you always got to worry about the rest days with him. Yeah, Chef Ragnarok, Braves only played 6 innings with all of their starters this season. That's pretty crazy, right? Yeah. I mean, they were decimated from the early going. Sound FX, I've been thinking what the Braves should do this offseason. Possible hot take. I'd let Arcia walk in free agency. Ask Merrifield if he could be shortstop for next season. Got to have a bat and a glove. Listen, I'm telling you, I know you're going to have to spend the big bucks, but the man at the plate right now I think would be perfect for the Braves. Willy Adames, I think, would be a great addition for the Atlanta Braves. You're going to have to spend the money, though. Will they spend that kind of cash? I don't know. They spend the cash with the extensions. But, are they going to go out there and spend big on a free agent? That's what I'm saying. MKE Cards, Contreras and Adames are trying to hit the ball to Canada every time right now. Yeah, I mean, they need to just get the bat on the ball. Make something happen. There we go. Willy Adames here. 0-2 count. Quintana. Here comes the pitch. Sinker on the outside. MKE Cards. I'm sorry, my friend. Willy Adames, I think he's one of the most underrated free agents this offseason. People are thinking about Juan Soto, Pete Alonso, Bregman. Adames is a very good player that's going to be available. And he's a shortstop. Like, shortstops are huge. And he's a good one. The one thing with Adames is even if the bat goes down towards the end of a contract, the glove is always still going to be good. So Adames, I think, is going to be a good investment either way. He's going to get himself a good payday. But here we go. He's got to make something happen here, though. Can't be worrying about free agency right now. Adames needs to do something here. Here comes the pitch here. 2-2 count. And Adames looking foolish on a changeup in the dirt. In to the dirt and on to first. And he takes a seat. 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Christopher R., who do you think will be the biggest star traded this winter? I mean, I'm leaning Garrett Crochet at this point. I mean, maybe Luis Robert. Trying to think of who could be some out-of-the-box candidates. I think the Red Sox, I'm sorry to be biased towards my Red Sox right now, but I think they're very interesting. I wonder. I think Breslow is going to be very open to anything this offseason. Could Duran be a guy that's available? He had a great year, but do I think they should trade Duran? I'm not saying that. I'm just thinking Breslow, I think he's going to keep an open mind about anything and everything. So. Oh, nice curveball from Quintana. Sanchez swings right on top of it. 0-2 count here to Sanchez. Quintana, one more strike, and he has himself a gem of an outing. Sinker on the outside, doesn't get the call. Way outside. Oof. Curveball. Sanchez thought about it. He checks his swing. Got a 2-2 count. We're almost up to 200 people here in the chat. Let's go. We're almost there. Everyone, if you can help us out, the algorithm likes the like button. Hit that like button for us. We should be able to get up to 150 likes right now. Quintana with the pitch. There's another low one. Change up in the dirt. And Sanchez works it full. You got to be careful with Gary Sanchez. You never know. This guy can just hit one to Jupiter when you least expect it. Alvarez goes out to the mound with Quintana. Talking strategy, maybe a bit of a breather here. Sound FX09, you're thinking here, you expect the Dodgers to be very aggressive on Max Fried. I don't know. I'm weird with Max Fried, man. I'm not sure how that's going to go because he's had the injury history. Hasn't been consistent, when it comes to staying on the field year to year. I think he's going to get himself a good payday, but I'm gonna find that interesting. Here we go. Quintana full count here. And Sanchez swings right over a changeup. Quintana with the strikeout. He is pumped up walking off the field, and we are through 6. Oh, man. We got a scoreless one going into the 7th. We've had quite the pitching duel today. Quintana, what a start, man. If this ends up being Quintana's last start with the Mets, it was a good one. Quintana has been pretty solid this year. He's a free agent after this year. The FIP does outweigh the ERA, but Quintana, he has worked beautifully here tonight. And he is doing his best to get the Mets through here. Man, oh man. Brave Thrills, you think Fried goes to Texas? I don't even know, man. I don't know. I think a team that is desperate to add pitching, I think that you got to think, again, with Fried, again, he's had the issues staying on the field year to year, right? I mean, last year, it looks like maybe that was a bit of an aberration. Back in 21, he missed a couple of starts. He got to 165 innings. Last year, he was dealing with the arm issues. Could that come into play? That's what I wonder. This year, I believe he missed a couple of starts. But, Fried is solid, man. I mean, he's going to get himself a good payday. I feel like he either ends up back with the Braves, or I think it's a team that, because when I think of someone like Corbin Burns, that's a guy that every year he makes his starts. He's consistent, That, I think, is going to be the guy that people go for. I think Fried is going to be the other one. If I'm looking at team, I think Baltimore, I think they're going to try and bring back Burns. I would imagine they do, that they give their best effort. But if that doesn't work out, could they go after Fried? You know, that could be a guy that they can count on for the next few years. A team like the Nationals, I think the Nationals are going to be in play. I really do. I think they'll be in play for Burns. You know, I think the Nats, they're going to be all over the place this offseason. I think they're going to look to make a couple of big moves. What we've seen so far, according to the reports, they're looking to add a bat. I mean, they've done well with their pitching, but if you could add someone like Burns there, kind of like what they did with Scherzer years back, I think that's a great move. But here we go. We got Nick Mears on the mound. Now, Nick Mears, they ended up getting him from the Rockies. Now, as you can see here, this is where I want Major League Baseball. They need to start incorporating FIP, because when you look at Mears, the FIP for Mears is a 3.39 compared to the ERA at a 5.93. As you can see here, when it comes to Mears, he has 11 strikeouts per 9, 11.7, under 4 walks per 9, and he's keeping the ball in the yard for the most part. I don't know why Major League Baseball, they don't put FIP. I think that's kind of an accepted stat at this point. At least it's starting to get there. But the ERA doesn't tell the whole story. Now, with Mears, the ERA hasn't looked amazing with Milwaukee, a 7.30. And actually, we can go see, what was that FIP like with Milwaukee? Now, with Milwaukee, the FIP was high, right? But the expected FIP was at a 2.82. So he was just having problems with the home runs a little bit. So small sample size, it's not going to look great. But we'll see here. 3-2 count. Mears pours in a fastball, 98 miles an hour. And Pete Alonso, he's got nothing on it. MKE Cards, you were worried about Alonso. And we got a turn of events here, everyone. Freddie Peralta is warming in the bullpen. Ooh, I love it. Maybe this is kind of a day for Peralta to, throw. So maybe they're just kind of getting him, kind of keeping, even it's probably his routine. But, hey, why not? Warm him up in the bullpen, Nice pitch there from Mears. 0-2 count here to Iglesias. Here we go here. Nick Mears comes set. He went with the slider low and away. That was in the dirt. Nothing doing. Leo Bally says, smells like Edwin Diaz will blow this. I mean, I think we're pretty far away from Edwin Diaz at this point. Maybe next inning. We'll see. Here comes Nick Mears, 1-2 count. Slider away. Iglesias doesn't bite. Fastball away. Mears can't locate it. That's 3 straight balls. Kevin, man, how you doing? Appreciate you, my friend. I wish you were a Dodgers fan. Listen, unfortunately, I can't do that for you. Fastball in the corner, ground ball to short. Adames has it on to first, and there is the second out. And Mears is getting the job done. Mears is looking good here. Despite a couple of balls, Mears is getting it done. Here comes Winker, and here come the Boo Birds yet again. Milwaukee loves to boo this man. Sound FX, how you doing? As much as I want to see a great episode of LOL Mets tonight, I wouldn't deny that the NL East and West divisional rivals beating the piss out of each other in the NLDS sounds very intriguing. It does sound pretty fun if you ask me. Wabu Prod, Robbie, do I miss Mookie? Oh, of course. Of course. Of course I do. That man should be in a Red Sox uniform. No, I mean, sorry, Dodgers fans, but the Red Sox blew it there. They should have signed him. Big swing and a miss from Winker there. Mears has got a good-looking fastball tonight. Good velocity, good life on it. Brewers are doing a great job hitting their spots tonight. Here we go, 0-2 count. Looking to send this to the bottom of the 7th. Scoreless. Here we go. Mears comes set. Oh, a big fastball. Mears is pumped up, walking off the mound. And the Brewers continue their excellent pitching tonight. MKE Cards in the chat is feeling it. He was worried not too long ago, but I think he's starting to get a little happy over here. MKE Cards, he says, please, just one run. That might be all it takes here tonight. If the Brewers can just get one hit, one big hit, that might be enough. Because this pitching has looked amazing tonight. Man. Myers, McGill, and Mears have looked great. Could we see Freddie Peralta in the 8th inning? Are they going to go with Peralta? That's going to be interesting. I wonder if maybe they just got him up to throw a little bit, because I would imagine it's a routine for him to throw. I mean, why not just throw just in case? I mean, how many pitches did Peralta throw the other night? I feel like he didn't go very deep into that one the other night. I mean, looking at the box, I feel like he didn't go. He went 4 innings. Where was he at? He threw 68 pitches. I mean, that's not really a whole lot. You know, he's had a couple of days. Well, he had yesterday, but, you know, he didn't really go very deep. So, we'll see. We got Hoskins, Frelick, and Ortiz, bottom of the order, coming up here. This is what I like about the Brewers lineup. They got guys, you know, sure, Hoskins, he's pretty much just kind of been a power or nothing guy this year. Frelick has, you know, he hasn't been amazing, but, you know, Ortiz, these are guys that can put together some decent at-bats for you. And Turang, you know, he's had a solid year. Turang is basically your second leadoff hitter. So, if they can get something set up here for the top of the order, listen, this could be the inning for the Brewers. We'll see. Man, oh man. We got a fun one here in Milwaukee. I mean, well, if you like pitching, this is fun. I like pitching, so it's fun to me. Yeah, MKE Cards. Could Garrett Mitchell see some action? Got to check on the fantasy football team, everyone. How's my team doing? Drake London is on my team, and he got himself a touchdown tonight. And Drake London, I actually got the Buccaneers defense going tonight. Drake London is off to a good start. On my fantasy team, I got Brown and Gibbs both on my team, but the Lions are off this week, so I'm a little worried about that. But thank you, Drake London. He's got himself a touchdown tonight, and he's got me 10.5 points. I am undefeated in fantasy football this year. I'm 4-0. So I need a big week to stay undefeated, to pick up the lack of my good Lions players. But here we go. So Jake Bowers is pinch hitting. MKE Cards, you said in the chat, oh boy, here comes Bauer. I'm thinking, is Trevor Bauer here? Trevor Bauer, is that his music playing? Could you imagine? Trevor Bauer just shows up in the stands and says, man, let me pitch. Budo is in for the Mets. He's had himself a good year. Jake Bauers trying to make something happen here. He's had a little bit of pop this year. MKE card. Speaking of Bauer, will he ever come back? I wonder if he gets a shot next year. I wonder if there's a team that would be willing to put up with, everything that comes along with him. I think he could get a shot. I'm not saying whether that's right or wrong. I'm just thinking about it from a front office point of view. If a team needs pitching, he did pitch well in the Mexican League. I'm not saying that's the major leagues by any means, but he did look pretty good. His stuff looked good. So I think if a team brings him in, he's going to have an incredibly short leash. They're going to say, no Twitter, nothing. Here we go. Oh, Jake Bauer takes it deep, and that's gone! And the Brewers have taken the lead! And just like I said, they needed one big hit. And this could be the big hit they needed. Oh, man! Jake Bauers has come through in a big way. And the Brewers are on top 1-0. Jake Bauers, Yankee legend. Didn't Jake Bauers, didn't he run into the wall at Yankee Stadium 18 times last year? Oh! That's going, and that's gone! Sal Frelick! Boston College legend, Sal Frelick. He has taken him deep, and the Brewers have gone back-to-back. Oh, and the Brewers are up 2-0. Love me some Sal Frelick. Christopher R. says Quintana can't be happy. The Brewers have come alive here, ladies and gentlemen. The Brewers have come alive. Man, oh man. And for the first time tonight, we have offense. Jake Bauers and Sal Frelick go back-to-back. What a great moment. And we got the bottom of the order. I was just talking about earlier. I mean, wasn't I just saying earlier, I like the Brewers' bottom of the lineup. They got guys that can do some things. I mean, I was just saying, that's something I like about the Brewers this year, is even though the stats might not show it all that much, they got guys that can give you some good at-bats. That's important for a team, man. Sure, if you got, some thump in the middle of the order, great. Good leadoff hitter, great. You need the bottom of the order to give you good at-bats. That's such a big key, man. Extension in a lineup goes such a long way. Guys at the bottom of the order that can give you good at bats, work the counts, get into one when you need it. Gotta love that for the Milwaukee Brewers, man. Because they've had great pitching. I hate when you have great pitching and it just goes to waste. So good for the Brewers to coming up big here. Joey Ortiz lines out to Lindor. Mets fans are feeling it right now. Everyone, can we get to 150 likes, please? Come on, we're at 136. The like button has been lagging here tonight. I know you don't like my face very much, but come on. Come on, give me a little something. LOL Mets is showing up in the chat. Listen, I'm not going to say LOL Mets personally. You know, I mean, this game's not over yet, okay? The Mets, they got guys in that lineup that can do some things. But I'm not going to say LOL Mets because a lot of people didn't really think much of the Mets coming into this year. And they got here, you know. Sure, yes. The extra wild cards definitely helped. It obviously helped, right? But you got to give the Mets a lot of credit for getting to this point. But this game's not over. This game's not over. But the Brewers right now, with that back end of the bullpen, man. Exciting time here. Exciting time. Edwin Diaz is coming into the game. Jose Buto, unfortunately, could not get it done here for the Mets. Man. Let me know what you're thinking in the chat, everyone. How are you feeling right now? Do you think this one's over? Do you think the Mets have a chance at coming back here? Let me know in the chat. I need to see what you're all thinking. J saying not over. MLB channel, LOL Mets. Remix, Devin Williams implosion. Wabu Prod, I think they get one run back. Ian Birds, I'm feeling a lot better. Trevor says, I see a Mets comeback. Kevin Dodgers, Guerra, the Milwaukee Alcoholics. I don't know. They're looking pretty good right now. Dark Moons, this is a classic Mets game. Oh, no. How's Wardy doing right now? Is Wardy okay? Can someone go check on Wardy, please? Is he doing all right? I guarantee Wardy is not too happy right now. Sound FX, how you doing? Not saying anything about the Mets or playing the music until it's over. You play 9 innings, not 7. That is true. Edwin Diaz is on the mound. I expect the Mets to keep this tight. I mean, bases are empty right now. They're not threatening. So I expect the Mets to come in here and keep this locked down to give their bats a chance. We'll see, though. Nate the Nat, do I hate the Mets? I do not hate the Mets. The Mets have brought a lot of fun to baseball this year. I think we can all agree on that, man. Grimace was amazing. The Jose Iglesias concert was probably one of the more ridiculous things I've ever seen, and I mean that in a good way. And he works the count here, and I'm hoping I'm not going to eat my words, but I just said the Brewers got no one on, and they're not threatening. But, now you got Terang on. Now you got Terang. Here we go. Churio is up. He's had an amazing series here. Can Churio get into another one? Terang steals second. Not even close. And all of a sudden, I'm eating my words a little bit. I said the Brewers are not threatening, and about not even 2 minutes later, they're threatening. That's how good the Brewers are. They got that speed. Here we go. Terang is in scoring position. Edwin Diaz up and in. 98. Churio's not biting. Here we go. Good season for Churio here. Can Honey Nut Cheerios come through? Big swing and a miss. Slider away. Diaz with a nice slider there. Jumpy Jenny says, go Brewers. Jenny, good times for Brewers fan right now. Churio lifts one to left. That's not going to be doing much, though. Nimmo comes in, makes the grab. And he's unable to get anything done with Terang on second. Brewers now 2 outs. Nate the Nat, answer my question. Nate the Nat, what was your question? I am looking. Nate the Nat. I am not seeing a question. Nate, send your question again. Here we go, 1-0 count. Perkins is up. Perkins has some speed. 98 up and away again. Edwin Diaz, 13 pitches, 4 strikes. Diaz is struggling with the command a little bit. .99, catching the outside, 2-1 count. Brave Thrills. No, I said I did answer the question. Yeah, I answered the question. No, I don't hate the Mets. No, the Mets have been fun. I mean, listen, when you got one of your players putting on a concert, I mean, how can you hate that? I mean, my goodness. I can't think of a time anybody like that. You had a freaking concert from one of your players. Like, what? Edwin Diaz comes set here. Oh, did he hold? Oh, he held his swing. And Perkins gets on via the walk. Brewers got a couple of base runners here. They keep this alive. Oh, man. They're playing the same song that Edwin Diaz has when he comes out to the mound for William Contreras. I think William Contreras also uses that song for his walk-up song. It's kind of a troll in this instance. I kind of like it. I need it. Can Contreras come through? Fastball misses away. Diaz is really struggling with the command here in this inning. Alvarez says, calm down, my friend. Calm down. Did William Contreras use that song first? I figured Edwin Diaz was. They made that song so popular with him. Here we go. Diaz comes set. Misses again. Diaz is really struggling with the command. And Perkins moves up to second. All of a sudden, the Brewers got 2 runners in scoring position here after the bases were empty. And one hit here can break this wide open. Diaz has to be careful here. Slider catches the outside corner. 2-1 count. Oh, man. Diaz has to be careful. The command has been iffy. He can't let one. Oh, Contreras tried to get into one there. He pops it up. Right side, Alonso. Alonso's unable to get it. Alonso lost track of it. Unable to get it. Could this lead to something? How many times have we seen where an easy catch is not made and it leads to just absolute devastation? Diaz comes set here, 2-2 count. He misses again on the outside, 99. Diaz is showing some good stuff, but he can't control it. Here we go. Full count. Diaz needs to come through here in a big spot. Contreras trying to take advantage of the Pete Alonso miss. And a 99-mile-an-hour fastball poured into the zone. And Diaz gets a massive strikeout. But the Brewers come through big time. Jake Bauers, Sal Frelick, back-to-back homers. And the Brewers are 6 outs away. G-Rob in the chat, calling it now, game-tying homer by Lindor. Leo Bally, Pete Alonso to the White Sox. Could you imagine if the White Sox make a move like that? I don't think they do. They need to get rid of the Benintendi contract first. My goodness, that has not worked out. But here we go. Everyone, the goal for tonight is 200 likes. We are less than 50 likes away from getting there. If you can help us get there, I will love you forever. Christopher R. Wabu Prod, Giraffe Nick Mark quote. What was the quote? Oh, gee. Yeah. Love that. Giraffe Nick Mark, he did pick the Brewers to win this series. So, listen, you can't call Giraffe Neck Mark biased. He called the Brewers to win this. And it's looking good. I also picked the Brewers. Let's say the Brewers get this done. Let's say they get it done. I'm going to absolutely hate that I got 3 out of 4 of the series right, and the one that I got wrong was the freaking American League champion that I picked. Oh, and I wanted to pick the Royals so freaking bad, and I didn't. I hate myself. Ugh. Venny here, Alonso already looking like a Cub. Well, I mean, listen, if they move Michael Busch, then yeah, I could definitely see that. That'd be pretty fun. We'll see. Alonso is going to be a fun free agent to keep track of. Wabu Prod, 3rd time is the charm for the Dodgers, right? They might have the charm in Ohtani. That might be the only charm they need. When you got that man in your lineup, good things can happen. Trevor, where's Soto going next year? I think he's going to end up staying. I think he'll stay with the Yankees. I think it'll get interesting. I think the Mets they'll make a push. I think he'll end up staying with the Yankees. I think the Yankees will open the checkbook. Just like they did with Judge. They kept Judge at the last second. Remember, Arson Judge was going to San Fran. And Freddie Peralta is in the game. Wow. Freddie Peralta, he's got a bad... Listen, this is a close game, everyone. It is not over by any means. The Mets put together a couple of hits here. They could make something happen. I am not thinking this game is over by any means. Peralta's in, though. My guess is Peralta's in because the Brewers, they've been using a lot of their bullpen here. So Peralta, and he threw under 70 pitches in game 1. So, in a way, I don't hate the move. But Peralta, obviously, he's been a guy that, obviously he takes his turn every 5 days. Coming out of the bullpen is not something we're used to seeing with him. Let's see. But he's looking all right so far here. 1-2 count here. Starling Marte trying to get something done. Marte, that's in on the hands. Ground ball to the right side. Terang has it on to first, and there is the first out. The Brewers are 5 outs away. Wabu Prod, that's amazing. I didn't see that today. It's been a busy day for me. Freddie's son is he's doing good with the walking. Gotta love that. God bless on that, man. That's great. Freddie Peralta, here we go. Peralta's stuff is looking good here. 96. Looking great. Caden, do I think the Mets can come back? Yeah, I mean, why not? They got good bats. Listen, a bloop and a blast ties the game. This game is not out of reach by any means. Christopher R. Juan Soda. Oh, please. I need the John Heyman Juan Soda tweet so badly. Please make that happen. Here we go. Peralta comes set. 0-2 count here. Ooh, nice slider on the outside. That's a great take from Taylor. Great take. That was a nasty slider. That was really good. Here we go. Peralta looking to get the K. Nice fastball. 96 on the corner, lower half. Frelick's under it. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. The Brewers are 4 outs away from advancing. How about the Brewers clutch hitting in this series, man? Great clutch hitting for the Brewers. Came up big yesterday. Churio, Mitchell, and today, Bowers, Frelick. Gotta love the timely hitting for the Brewers. Home runs are big in the postseason, everyone. When you got great pitching in the postseason, a lot of times all it takes is one guy getting into one, and that can completely dictate the game. Here we go. Two outs here. Alvarez at the plate. Alvarez hasn't done too much of anything in this series so far. Slider on the outside corner. Change up from Peralta. Misses down. And he falls behind. Have the Brewers walked anyone tonight? The Brewers have not given up one walk tonight. Lindor's on deck. Fastball up and away from Alvarez, and he swings and misses. We got a 2-2 count. Alvarez trying to make something happen with Lindor on deck. Like I said, a bloop and a blast that can tie the game. Peralta comes set. Here's the pitch. Ground ball left side. Joey Ortiz has it on to first, and the Brewers are 3 outs away from a trip to Philly. Everyone, we are closing in on our goal of 200 likes. If you can help us get there, that would be amazing. We are 34 likes away from 200 on the night. But the Brewers trying to add some insurance here. Let's see if they can get this done. MKE Cards, they granted your wish, my friend. Caden Lichford says, poor Mets. I need someone to check on Wardy. How is Wardy doing over there, man? What is going on with Wardy? Man, oh man, getting a crunch time here, everyone. Getting a crunch time. All right, let's do a prediction in the chat. Will the Mets come back here? They got 3 outs left. Is this over? Are we done here in Milwaukee? Or do the Mets have something left? I mean, listen, you got Lindor. The Mets, they got a chance here. Lindor leads it off. You got the heart of your order coming up, top of the order coming up. Let's see. Let me know in the chat. Will the Brewers hang on? Or will the Mets shock the world? MKE Cards, man, I know our chances would be slim against the Phillies, but it would be awesome to finally win a playoff series. Listen, and I'll say it again. I know I tend to repeat myself sometimes, but we have not seen what the Phillies can do after a break. We've seen what they can do after the wild card rounds. Let's see how they do winning the division and taking off a few days. I don't know. Trevor, you're saying Devin Williams is just too good. But here we go. Diaz back out for another inning of work. The command was an issue for Diaz last inning. Let's see if he's a bit more under control here. Misses down. Starts it off with 2 balls. Willy Adames trying to get this started. The Brewers are looking for some insurance. Swing and a miss. Gary Sanchez, 450-foot bomb incoming. I need Gary to just send one to Mars, man. I need that. Need that in my life. Now that he's not on the Yankees, I'm okay with him doing whatever the heck he wants. He was great with the Padres last year, man. Very good. Remember when he signed with the Brewers? And I'm thinking, are the Brewers going to sign Blake Snell? I was like, man, that was his personal catcher. Yeah, Leo, I think no matter what, whatever one of these teams end up going to Philly, I think it's going to be close. I mean, Mets, if they can pull this off and find a way, I mean, they're going to play Philly tough. I mean, division rivals, they always play each other tough. But the Brewers, I mean, yeah, I think they will too. In on the hands on Adames, and Adames stays alive here. Got a 2-2 count. Wabu Prod, why is it taking so long for the Musgrove test results to come out? Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm surprised. My guess is they're probably, I feel like usually when you see something take this long, it tends to, I don't know. They're probably talking game plan. You know, maybe he could be ready for, you know, the next round or so. You know, maybe it's just maybe a bit of a dead arm or something. I feel like the longer it takes, swing and a miss from Adames, and Diaz comes up with the K. But I feel like the longer it takes for something like that to come out, the more gray area you have. You know what I mean? So we'll see. My guess is he's not going to be available for this round. But I don't think it really matters all that much. Because the Padres have good depth. Here we go. Gary Sanchez is up here. One swing from Sanchez could make this a 3-0 game. We know Sanchez can go deep. Venny, Adames already looking like a Dodger. Could Adames go to the Dodgers? Big swing and a miss from Sanchez. Diaz is looking a little better here. He's throwing more sliders in this inning. It looked like with the fastball, I don't know, something last inning. He didn't have a good feel for it. A-Rod, am I upset about Chris Sale? I'm not. I'm happy for that, man. I need Vaughn Grissom to start doing something, though. 99. Up above the zone, Sanchez. Check the swing. Got a piece of it. Grounds it back to Diaz. Diaz jogs over to first, tosses it to Alonso, and there's a second out. You know, I'll say this, you know, getting back to the Willy Adames, the Dodgers comment. I don't know, man. I feel like the Dodgers, they got Alex Freeland. I think they've moved him through the minor leagues this year. They've been pretty aggressive with that. I feel like he's going to end up being their shortstop. Big swing and a miss here. Here's Bowers. Obviously, last time up, the big swing made it a 1-0 game. Frelick proceeded to make it a 2-0 game. Can he come through again? It's going to be a tough task against Edwin Diaz. Caden Lickford. If they have the Royals and the Dodgers in the World Series, oof. Could you imagine? I mean, honestly, could you imagine the Dodgers and the Royals in a World Series? I don't know. Great pitching against a great lineup? Oh, that's tough. I think you'd have to kind of look at, what would the difference be? Bowers strikes out, and Diaz looked a lot better in this inning. I don't know, man. the one thing with the Royals, they have a much better defense than the Dodgers. But again, I just think if they can figure something out, against that Royals pitching with the lineup, which they definitely could, that's tough. I don't know if the Royals would have enough. But, hey, we've picked against them before. And, go back to 2014, 2015. Well, 2015, I think a lot more people were on that Royals bandwagon. But 2014, not many people were. How many people were feeling the Royals just like this year? But that'd be a fun series in my opinion. Placata says the difference is the Dodgers joke. Man. But here we go. Oh, Ha-Sung Kim just got the notification. Ha-Sung Kim has joined the Scott Boras Corporation. Ha-Sung Kim. Get ready to learn. Wait till spring training to sign, buddy. I hope not. I hope not for his case, because I like Ha-Sung Kim. Here we go. Brewers need 3 more here to go to the division round for a date with the Phillies. Devin Williams is in. Francisco Lindor, Vientos, and Nimmo will get an AB. Can they do enough here to get back into this one? Man, oh man. It's been a fun one here today. It's been a rather quick one. We're under 3 hours on this game. Everyone, we need 21 likes to get to 200. We are so close. We're so close. Come on, we need it. We're so close. Something going on with the pitch comm. They're having some technical difficulties out there. We are 9 likes away from 200. All right, looks like they got it figured out. Here we go. Lindor versus Williams. Great matchup here. Lindor has been amazing this year. Misses on the outside. 96 on the fastball. Devin Williams has been fantastic. He missed a good chunk of the year to start off with a back injury, but he's looked great since coming back. Nice changeup from Devin Williams. There's that changeup, man. Great changeup. Drops into the zone. 1-1 count. Lindor has had a great season. Can he keep this going? Fastball rides into the zone. 96. Lindor swings right through it. And here we go. 1-2 count to Francisco Lindor. Oh, goodness. Two count to Lindor. Way up and away, Lindor does not bite. Devin Williams has been fantastic this year. Can he shut this down? He's got a tough task with these three ahead. Full count here to Lindor. Fastball down and in. Lindor fouls it off. Remember, everyone, my game on my TV is definitely a little behind. Sean Manaea with the rally cap on. Fastball up, fouls it off. Devin Williams comes set. Lindor steps in. Here we go. Fastball away. Lindor checked his swing, and he draws a huge walk. Do not underestimate the speed of Lindor. He can make things happen on the bases. The Mets have a chance. And here we go. Vientos is up. Vientos has come through in a couple of clutch moments this year. Does he have another one under his belt? Let's see. That nasty changeup from Devin Williams drops in. Vientos swings right over it. Vientos with a great year. A couple of walk-off homers for him this year. The Mets need another clutch moment from Vientos. There's that changeup again. That pitch was literally on the outside, and it came all the way back to the inside. That is a nasty changeup. One of the best changeups, if not the best changeup in all of Major League Baseball. Man, oh man. Top of the ninth here, 0-2 count to Vientos. Lindor drew the walk. Don't underestimate the defense of the Brewers, a great defensive team this year. One of the best. There's that changeup again from Devin Williams. But that's down and away, ball one. One-two count here. Williams comes set. Fastball up and away. Vientos swings through it. Strike three. One out. Here comes Brandon Nimmo. I would expect Lindor at this point. Probably don't look for a steal at this point. You need the base runners. Don't want to chance it. There's that changeup, a nasty changeup. Nimmo fouls it off. 0-1 count. Over 300 people in the chat for the first time. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here tonight. We are at the end. Or could we maybe see some more if the Mets tie this up? They got a runner on. There's that changeup again. It is absolutely disgusting. You can bet your buns that's one of the best changeups in Major League Baseball. Brandon Nimmo trying to come up big. He came up big a couple of games ago. There's that changeup again. He hits it up the middle. That's through. Lindor is aggressive. Round second, goes to third, and the Mets have got something here. Brandon Nimmo comes through. Oh, man. It is crunch time here in Milwaukee. Brandon Nimmo comes through in a big way. Mound visit, Devin Williams, trying to get him calmed down. But Pete Alonso, he has not had a great game. He's had strikeouts. He was unable to catch a foul ball that looked catchable. But could Pete Alonso, with one swing of the bat, completely changed this game. If there's one man that can do it, it's the man that meditates before home run derbies. They could use a homer here. Man, oh man, what a moment this could end up being. But Devin Williams, he is nasty. And there's that changeup again. Drops in. And what could potentially be the final at-bat of Pete Alonso's New York Met career? Or can he keep his Mets career going? Top of the ninth. Runners on the corners. Fastball up and away. Pete Alonso takes. Great matchup here. Devin Williams, the nastiness. Pete Alonso, the power. Fastball up. Easy take for Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso looking for a clutch moment here. Devin Williams comes set. 2-1 count. Ooh, nasty changeup. Rides in. We got a 3-1 count. Pete Alonso is hungry with this 3-1 count. He's looking to come up big. Pete Alonso. Could this be his final at-bat? Or can he help to keep this going? Here we go. Devin Williams comes set. Here's the pitch. Pete Alonso drives it to right. That's got some carry. That's going. That's gone. Pete Alonso with the biggest home run of his life, and he puts the Mets in front 3-2. What a moment in Milwaukee. Oh, my goodness. In what could have been the last at-bat in his Mets career, he has now given the Mets life. And Milwaukee has gone silent. Can you believe it? Oh my goodness. Someone please check on Wardy. I think Wardy might have passed out from the excitement. Wow, what a moment! This is, whoa! This is crazy! Unbelievable. MKE Cards, you called it in the chat earlier. You said the Brewers bullpen, they were going to blow it. You called it right, my friend. The nastiness of Devin Williams was not enough. What a moment. This is crazy. When you, I said this coming into the inning, when you got the top of the order that the Mets have, you know, a bloop and a blast, and you're back in this game. Unbelievable. I mean, bases are empty, but can the Mets add on here? What a postseason moment, a moment for the ages. There's a ground ball right side. Terang on to first. And there's the second out. I think Devin Williams, I think he, I mean, obviously he missed his spot, but it almost felt like they were too changeup happy there. I mean, that's a nasty pitch. I don't blame you for going with it, but you left it just a little. You can't leave a pitch up like that to Alonso. I mean, obviously, but unfortunately, it looked like the fastball wasn't really doing much. He didn't have the command on it. He was missing with it. And the changeup was out of what he was throwing. That was working. And he just He left it up to the wrong guy. Here's Winker. What a moment here. That's one of the more dramatic postseason moments I've ever watched. Crazy times here. The Brewers still got 3 more outs to work with, but it feels, I don't know. I mean, when you have a big moment like that, it just takes the air out of the building. But let's see if the Brewers can get something done. The Mets have had that magic. Jim Ballcap Sports, he's been calling that magic for so long, and and Winker gets hit again. I see you in the chat. I don't know how to pronounce your username. Vwax. Do you want Devin Williams next year as the Red Sox closer? I mean, that's a hard one to ask right now. Man, oh man. Winker with an easy steal of second base. Christopher R., who closes for the Mets? Now, that is a good question. I would imagine Edwin Diaz isn't coming out again for another inning. I don't know. Has Edwin Diaz ever thrown 3 innings? So, I mean, I'm just saying. Did Winker just like knock the wind out of himself? I feel like Winker might have knocked the wind out of himself. Could be wrong. I got to check on Wardy, man. Man, oh man. This is crazy. Wardy is literally bouncing around. I literally opened up Wardy's stream and he is hopping around in his stream right now. Oh man, I got to see the reaction. The reaction from Wardy has to be an all-timer. Devin Williams here. There's that changeup. I need to see the Wardy reaction. This has to be amazing. Marte hits it to right. There's a base hit. And the Mets have added on. Winker dives in and he slams the helmet on the ground. It is 4-2 Mets. The Mets have come alive. Unbelievable. I think Wardy almost had a heart attack. Wardy is going absolutely nuts. What a moment. Oh my God. I need to take this picture. Oh, I got to take a screenshot of this. This is hilarious. This is amazing. Sorry, everyone. I know you're here hanging out, but the Wardy reaction was priceless. Oh, so good. Leak, no, listen, I don't want to have to tell someone to calm down, but at the same, I care about their health. You know what I mean? My goodness. I'm surprised he didn't pass out. Could you imagine if someone who's doing a live stream of the team they're covering and they just pass out on the stream? Goodness gracious. Could you imagine if that happens? Good for Wardy, man. He's been doing a great job this year covering the Mets. Hey, he deserves it, man. He's had a fun year. I mean, it didn't start off great. And, hey, for what the amount of work he does over there, he does post-game for every single game. He does pre-games for the Mets games. I mean, good. What a year for Wardy, man. Gotta love it. JJ, you were right, Robbie. You said the Mets could do something special tonight, although you had the Brewers winning tonight. Yeah, I mean, they were right there. It's like, you know, it should have been a Brewers win. But the Mets, this is what makes them good. And Pete Alonso, I mean, you were looking at the game that he had. You know, a couple of strikeouts. You know, he had that drop foul ball. He needed a big moment like that. Could you imagine if he struck out and that was how it ended? There's a fly ball left side. Ross came in, gets the fly ball, and there's the third out. It's a 2-run game. Coming up for the Brewers, they got the bottom of the order. Frelick, Ortiz, and Terang. Frelick homered earlier. If they can get something out of these guys, then they got the top of the order with Churio, Perkins, Contreras. But they're going to need the bottom of the order to come through in a big way. The Magic Mickey, I'm talking about Wardy, Wardy NYM. He covers the Mets over on his channel. And, yeah, he does a great job. I'm very happy for that guy, man. He does so much work covering the Mets. And good for him. SG27, watch the Brewers walk it off. I mean, listen, they got a tough task here, but who is pitching for the Mets? Who is pitching here for the Mets? I mean, because this would be Edwin Diaz's third inning. I mean, if you go to the Mets bullpen, I mean, they got a lot of options. I mean, could you go maybe Brazoban, Garrett, Stanek? Well, Stanek has worked in both games in this series, so this would be his third straight outing. I mean, could you see Garrett maybe? I don't know. I feel like at this point, just have Lindor Lindor. Diaz, stick with it. Has he pitched 3 innings this year? I mean, let's see. Edwin Diaz. I mean, I'm sure he's had a couple of games where he's pitched a couple innings. So he went 2 innings there. I mean, Edwin Diaz, this entire season, he only went 2 innings 2 times. So are you going to ask for a third inning out of him? No, they got David Peterson coming in. David Peterson's coming in. Chef Ragnarok, that is true. That is true. I mean, I'm about to blow another one, so I'm on pace to be 2 for 4 in my wild card picks. The one saving grace I had, my pick of the Orioles did not go well. And so I was thinking, well, all right, well, I got the Orioles wrong. Okay, I got 3 out of the 4. Nope, not even going to get that. But David Peterson is in. David Peterson's been good for them this year. He's had an underrated year. Here we go. Hawk edits. He's not liking this of David Peterson coming in. Oh, there's a base hit. They're not done. Frelick gets it started. The Brewers aren't done yet. But they're going to need something here from the other two. They got to get to Curio. If they want a shot, I think they're going to need something from the top of the order. They got to get to the top of the order, though. So here we go. Joey Ortiz. He's been a solid option for them this year. Got off to a hot start. It's cooled off for the most part. But let's see. All of a sudden, that second insurance run is looking huge at this point. I mean, everyone's looking at the Pete Alonso home run, but the other clutch hit where Winker scored, that's looking even more massive at this point. David Peterson pours it in, 93 on the inside. Here we go. Joey Ortiz. Big pickup from the Corbin Burns trade. Oh, Joey Ortiz takes a bite at the changeup low and away. Ryan Stanek warming in the bullpen. 1-2 count here to Joey Ortiz. MKE Cards, man. I know you're not feeling too good right now. But if you are done for the night, have a good night, my friend. Here we go. David Peterson, 1-2 count. Fastball, 96. Ortiz fouls it off. Here we go. Joey Ortiz trying to make something happen here. And he strikes out. Fastball up and away. And the Brewers are down to their last 2 outs. Man, oh man. But Terang, can he keep this going? If they can get Terang on and you got Curio up, that gives you a shot. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Terang trying to make something happen. David Peterson, here's the pitch. Ground ball. Oh, Lindor has it. Steps on second. On to first. Double play. And the Mets, with one of the most dramatic wins of the entire year, pull it off. And they are going to Philly. Grimace is smiling somewhere. The Mets have done the unthinkable. The Mets might actually be the team of destiny. I mean, listen, man. Listen. The Phillies, they had that magic the last couple of years. They were the wild card team. They went up against a division winner. Can the Mets do the same? Can they ride that momentum into the division round? And can they keep this magic up, man? Steve Cohen is on the field. John Henry, where are you? John Henry, take notes. What a devastating finish for the Brewers. Unbelievable. I mean, it's not like they were a strike away, but goodness gracious, man. They were right there. And Pete Alonso, I mean, at this point, you got to think the Mets fans all over want Pete Alonso signed up for the next 20 years. I mean, wow. What a finish. As a baseball fan, that's one of the best finishes I have ever seen in my entire life. And Lindor, with the double play to end it. Absolutely crazy. Wow. This was a fun one, everyone. I am glad that we got to watch this together. It's a pleasure to be able to do this with all of you at home. What a great moment. Another great moment here on the channel. And this is the power of going live. This is the power of streaming, where we can watch this stuff together in real time and we can see magic unfold like this. This is why I love doing this. This is why I love coming on here live and, having these moments with all of you at home. It's an absolute pleasure, seeing a great moment like this. Man, there's nothing better. Nothing better. What a great series. Like I said, I thought this was going to be a close series. I thought in my heart it was going to go 3, and it came down to the very end here. Man, oh man. Well, everyone, it's been a pleasure. It's been a blast here tonight. You guys really showed up here in the end. Just want to say thank you. Mets fans, enjoy this, man. As a Red Sox fan, plenty of great moments, watching the Red Sox in the postseason. I've gone through a lot of them. 2004, many great moments. 2007, great moments for that Red Sox team that year. 2013, the Shane Victorino grand slam. The David Ortiz grand slam. These moments they're so great, and you're going to remember them for the rest of your life. And, the fact that you get to witness a home run like that, that's something you're never going to forget. And that's something I'm never going to forget. And that's why, it's a pleasure to be on here and to do all this with you. It's amazing. It's amazing. But everyone, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to wrap this up here for tonight. I just want to say thank you again for coming out here. We'll be back here tomorrow. We got the division rounds, or not tomorrow. Sorry, not tomorrow. Saturday. We got the division round on Saturday, and we will, let's check the times. So no games tomorrow. Saturday at 1 o'clock, we got the Tigers and the Guardians, and the Mets, they get 1 day off. They got the Phillies at 4 o'clock on Saturday, and the Royals and the Yankees will be on at 6:30, and the Padres and the Dodgers, there's that star-studded matchup. So probably what we're going to do here, everyone, probably what we're going to do here is, I don't know, I got to figure out how we're going to do this. We will be live for the Padres and the Dodgers. That is a for sure. We're probably going to end up having 2 different streams on Saturday. I just got to figure out, maybe I should go live for the Mets and the Phillies, and then we can react to the end of the Tigers. And so probably what I'll do is I'll go live. I don't know. I got to think about it. We'll be here on Saturday, so get the notifications turned on. If you can on the way out, everyone, hit that like button for me. And if you are new, think about subscribing. We're talking baseball here all the time. Make sure the bell notifications turned on so that way you get the alert to come hang out with us. And yeah. But everyone, I'm out of here. Thank you so much. This has been a pleasure tonight. Another great baseball moment that will go down in history. Everyone, go enjoy your night. Go enjoy a day off. Clear your mind of baseball tomorrow. It's been just crazy the last few days. So enjoy your day off tomorrow. Will I have a video tomorrow? Maybe. I might. We will see. And but either way, we will be back here live on Saturday. But everyone, go have yourself a great rest of your night. Go have a good day tomorrow. And I'll talk to you next time.